Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a documentary kind of on something that's near and dear to my heart because it happened in the area that I live in, and also the child in this case was just very close to age of my daughter at that time. And as I've always thought about this kid through the years, especially as I watched my daughter grow up, and I just really wanted to see justice for little Hassani Campbell. So Hassani Campbell was born September 26, 2003, and he was born with cerebral palsy. So he was born to Shamika Campbell, and she was said to say just been having troubles, being a single mom, raising him, and a physical and substance abuse issues. So he was taken, and her sister, Jennifer Campbell, ended up fostering Hassani, who was about 5, and his little sister Aaliyah, who was 1. So Jennifer Campbell, 30 years old, and Lewis Ross, 38 at the time, her fiance, they were the legal foster parents for both of these two children. And sources say that Jennifer didn't really understand what it was like having to raise a kid with needs, and it was difficult for them in their relationship. On top of the factor that she ended up getting pregnant, so she was about 6 months pregnant when Hassani Campbell went missing. So the story that was said was that Lewis Ross had went to a store to open up the store that he worked at or something, and had left Hassani in his car. And when he came back, Hassani was not in the car. And that was on August the 20th of 2009, okay? And so it was a shoe store in the 600 block of College Avenue near Rock Ridge BART station, which is important to me that it was near a BART station. So just remember that factor, right? Now, me being from this area and have lived in this area, that is around that time. This had to be, I can't remember if this was the morning or afternoon time, or like mid-afternoon he was opening the store. So, but that area is always busy. There's like shops and coffee shops and boutiques and bars. That is an area that is always busy. So if a child got out and was wandering around, especially in the year of 2009, because it definitely was different times then, definitely people were more friendly, more, would be, hey, little boy. It's like a gentrified neighborhood. So, a kid wandering around alone would get attention because there is no school right in that immediate block. It's like a BART station, pizza place, grocery store. This is the area he said that he left his kid in the car in. Now, mind you, when I told you that he was born with cerebral palsy, so he had to, in order to walk, he had to use 2 white leg arches, and they had Spider-Man logos on them. I didn't have a picture of them, but if I can Google a picture, I'll try to put it in. So he could walk without them, but it was very hard for him to walk without them. So basically he was in the arches in order to support his gait so he could walk. It's also said that little Hassani had a slight lisp. That day he was wearing a gray sweatshirt and gray pants. And they said that his characteristics were he was 3 feet tall and he weighed about 30 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. I do have a picture up here of him though, but so the police were called that afternoon when he got back to the car and the child wasn't there. The police, they took his car into evidence. It said that mixed DNA was found in the car, right? They said that they found a pair of latex gloves in the car, right? Which to me is kind of an unusual thing to just have laying in your car, unless you're about to dye your hair or something, I don't know. But news sources that I read said that the Ross tried to say that the 1-year-old used the hand glove as a hand puppet, which to me sounds so crazy because children that small choke on plastic. So why would you give a 1-year-old a plastic glove to be playing with as a hand puppet? So it was just fishy, and it was just irresponsible if that's what it was. It was definitely irresponsible. But nevertheless, the child was missing. So the police end up giving Lewis Ross a polygraph test, which he failed, right? But they didn't have a body, a murder weapon. They also said he had a sword in his home that they took for testing, but they didn't have a body. Even to this day, it's 2023, his body has never been found. They didn't have a weapon. They didn't essentially even have a crime scene. Now, I want to say this. The last time that Hassani Campbell was seen by witnesses was August the I had it written down. It was August the 6th at a Walmart in Fremont. So if between August the 6th and August the 20th, when the foster father reported that the boy went missing, that was 2 whole weeks. That was 14 days. That was 14 days since that kid was last seen alive by a witness outside of this foster parent. So in 2 weeks, he could have took the body anywhere. He could have hid it. He could have put it in the trash. It could be anywhere at this point. Because I do not believe that Hassani was never in the car that day. That was just a ploy. The last verifiable day that we know that Hassani was seen alive was August the 6th at that Walmart in Fremont. So, some people have said, some sources have said that they were just using the kids as a check, but when they realized that how hard it was going to be to actually care for Hassani, and then with the Jennifer getting pregnant and now being 6 months, realizing that her baby is going to come along. Maybe it was just inconvenient for Hassani not to be there for them, but they still wanted to get the money. I mean, nobody. So, but I mean, but then again, like you guys reported it, so I don't think you get money for a missing child. Nevertheless, the 1-year-old Aaliyah at that time, or whatever, she did get taken out of their custody, right? So, and then later on, Jennifer and Lewis actually ended up breaking up, right? And when I realized that they had broke up, I kind of thought she would come out and confess that she knew something or something happened. But she still hasn't talked to this day. So I don't know if it's because they both have maybe they allegedly have evidence on each other, and unless I guess she was offered immunity or something like that, then maybe she would talk about what really happened. But something happened to Hassani. He has been missing since, well, the official date that the foster father reported was August the 20th, 2009. But I would say he was missing since August the 6th, which is the last day anyone physically saw him outside of them being the people that saw him at that Walmart in Fremont. So they also have this age-enhanced photo of Hassani, which I'm going to put up. Okay, so I also want to add that news sources said that 10 days prior to the day that the foster father reported him missing from the shoe store, 10 days prior to that, he had sent a text to the foster mother, his fiance, saying that he was going to leave Hassani at a bar station. I'm assuming a bar station in Fremont, okay? So the text messages were discovered on his phone, and he tried to explain it away like, oh, he was just upset or whatever, but he would never leave the boy. But it was just so weird to me because that shoe store that he went to, that he reported where Hassani went missing from, was actually about 3 blocks from a BART station, right? So I don't know. Sometimes people tell the truth in their lies. I don't know. But I will tell you this, that boy going missing had always just really affected me. And I thought about him through the years, like I told you guys, because I lived in the area and like to have a child around this age, right? And I always just thought about, how his life mattered. Even though he had a handicap, had cerebral palsy, had difficulty walking, so what? His life mattered. He deserved to grow up and to get to graduate from high school and graduate from middle school. He's still missing. But I just would assume that with him having cerebral palsy and wearing braces so young, that throughout the years he would have needed treatment for that. He would have had to grow. I definitely would have outgrown his leg braces by now, because he would be 16 years old by now. So, last but not least, if you have any information on this case, call the National Association for Missing Children or call the Crime Stoppers in Oakland, California. The last report of this Lewis Ross guy was from 2005, that he was living in Baltimore, Maryland, and he had like a minor crimes on his record and stuff like that. So, but now it's 2023, and I just really would like to see justice for little Hassani Campbell. If there's anything I missed or you guys want me to go over, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. And thank you for watching my documentary.